Welcome back to The Explainer. In our nonstop, hyper-digital world, trying to find a little offline peace, maybe some alternative healing, or just a genuine sense of community, well, it's never been more crucial. Today, we're taking a super fascinating virtual tour of a space that is literally answering that call. It's called Soul Intention 1111. Now, tucked away in Guelph, Ontario, this is absolutely not your standard retail store. Based on their massive digital footprint, it's actually a vibrant metaphysical healing hub. Whether you're already deeply ingrained in spiritual practices, or maybe you're just kind of curious about holistic wellness, we're going to walk you through exactly what makes this space such a dynamic center for its community. Their whole philosophy is perfectly captured by their own invitation. It goes, "Welcome to your portal of possibilities. Come on in, sit and chat and have a tea." I mean, it's incredibly warm and inviting, right? It immediately tells us that Soul Intention 1111 is prioritizing comfort and connection over everything else. They aren't just selling you stuff, they're curating an entire experience. They're basically inviting us to linger, learn, and explore at our own pace. Okay, let's dive into this. Our virtual tour today is going to cover 5 key areas. First, the portal of possibilities. Second, tools for the journey. Third, meet spiritual guides. Fourth, workshops and gatherings. And finally, building a community. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, a portal of possibilities, inside the physical shop. So if you're looking to visit, Soul Intention is located at Unit 6, 497 Woollet Street in Guelph, Ontario. They've got regular daily hours, Monday through Saturday, but here is what's really notable for the locals. Starting May 17th, 2026, they're actually expanding their hours to be open on Sundays from 12 to 4 p.m. This physical expansion of their hours is a huge indicator of the growing demand for their space. People really want a weekend destination for relaxation and spiritual exploration. Moving right along to Section 2, tools for the journey, metaphysical supplies. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer variety of tools they have to aid your personal journey. We are talking about a totally comprehensive supply shop. You've got visual and tactile items like crystals and beaded bracelets, but then you also have auditory tools like singing bowls, divination tools like pendulums and tarot cards, and they even have consumable energetic items. Yeah, we're talking crystal and Reiki-infused tea. It really goes to show that they cater to a huge spectrum of sensory and spiritual practices. Within that massive inventory, I definitely want to highlight tumbled stones specifically. The shop emphasizes that tumbled stones are an incredibly accessible starting point, and it's easy to see why. Because they're smoothed and polished, they are super affordable and convenient. You can literally slip one into your pocket, a purse, or a small keepsake pouch. So if you're a beginner looking to harness a stone's properties without making some massive financial investment, this is the perfect low-barrier entry point into crystal work. Let's jump into Section 3. Meet the spiritual guides, one-on-one healing services. Their weekly schedule operates almost like a rotating clinic for metaphysical disciplines. Check this out. There is a specific spiritual guide available almost every single day of the week. You can explore mediumship and self-awareness on Tuesdays. Then you can shift gears to energy healing with Reiki on Wednesdays, map out your stars with astrology on Thursdays, and even jump into palm readings on Sundays. It's a fantastic setup. But it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. They offer totally different depths of engagement. For instance, on one hand, you have Tarot Talk with Brian Stafford. This is a super casual, free, online live event that is highly accessible for anybody who just wants to pop in and ask some questions. On the other hand, you have Psychic Mediumship Sessions with Janice Moffat. Now, this is a much deeper in-person service focused on bringing actual resolution to deep-seated worry or uncertainty. So whether you are a casual learner or a serious seeker, they've absolutely got you covered. Let's move to and see how this builds in Section 4, workshops and gatherings, group learning events. While a lot of metaphysical work is internal, happening in the mind or spirit, they also host incredibly tangible hands-on events. Take their upcoming soapstone carving workshop for kids on May 16th. Now, soapstone, or steatite, is basically a smooth, dense form of talc. By hosting a workshop where kids actually carve real sculptures out of this physical material, Soul Intention beautifully grounds the esoteric vibe of the shop with a really fun, tactile, and family-friendly activity. And that kids' workshop? It's just one piece of a very busy puzzle. Look at this rapid-fire timeline of events just in mid-May 2026. On the 14th, you have an astrology workshop for beginners. The 16th is that kids' carving event. Then the 21st features an intuitive art class where you actually draw your spirit guide. And the 22nd offers an Awandinian attunement, which is a deeply rooted Celtic energy healing experience. This timeline alone proves just how active, dynamic, and diverse this learning space truly is. There is literally something for everyone every single week. Which brings us to our final stop. Section 5. Building a community, a creative network. Now, this number is just staggering. There are over 40 local artisans featured in the shop. Over 40. This includes amazing creators like Blue Heron Apothecary, Stafford Tarot, and countless others, plus a bunch of local authors. Soul Intention isn't just importing generic mass-produced goods, right? They're actually acting as a major distribution point and a supportive platform for dozens of independent, local creators right within their community. It's a real game changer for these artists. And this brilliantly illustrates their deep respect for their physical roots. Soul Intention proudly shares their official land acknowledgement, explicitly noting that they operate on the treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit, while honoring the Anishinaabeg, Haudenosaunee, and Ottawa-Huron peoples. They are actively inviting their community to better understand the indigenous history of the exact land they stand on. It's all about grounding their spiritual practice in genuine geographical respect and historical awareness. So what does this all mean? The absolute crucial takeaway here is that Soul Intention 111 is so much more than just a metaphysical store. It is an educational hub, it's a sanctuary for seekers, and it's a powerful champion for local artisans. From picking up affordable tumbled stones, to diving into deep mediumship sessions, or even taking a community carving class, it truly lives up to its name. So I have to ask, which part of this portal of possibilities will you explore first? Whether you're seeking a simple crystal or a deeper connection to your local community, spaces like this remind us that sometimes the most important journey we can take is the one inward. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will see you next time.